Hi guys, so today we'll be doing the JavaScript warm-up, and this is a very interesting new topic to scale up your programming. Let's get to it, and I'll try and be fast as much as I can. And sorry, just had to check something. Alright, so you can go through this resource, but I would just recommend go through like the first five and watch some of the videos or watch external video to help you scale up, because this resource is actually too much to just grasp and read everything and still meet up with probably one deadline or the second deadline. Okay, so with time, as you continue with the task, you would get used to it. So the first thing we were told is to install. Have we passed this quiz? No. To install Node.js. So I think I've already installed Node.js, but basically you copy this guy and just paste it to your guy. Okay, and that will run, and after that you do your sudo, because I'm not in the root guy, and copy this guy as well. Let me press my password here, and let's see. So we have this, so you should get this, all this, and then you run sudo apt install this to install Node.js, and then use npm install. So this one will install the Node.js for JavaScript to run it, while this one is called semi-standard. Is like Betty documentation that you install. Is like F8 in Python, and then we have semi-standard in JavaScript. So you install this one too to help you write your code in a semi-standard way, which is what ALX requests for. Okay, so we'll continue in 60 seconds. Press Ctrl C to but I've already installed all this, so I'm not supposed to go through this, but let's just see. If it wastes our time, we'll just continue. But while that is loading, I don't want to make this video too long. Let's go through the quiz. So the quiz is quite simple, and in JavaScript we can create a string. Like we can say let a variable name, and then we can create a string. So in JavaScript, is a string is a native data type, right? Yes. So that's why we say yes here. So the let. So what does the let does? The let is a variable order, right? To create variables. We have the var, we have the let, we have the const. Okay, which is for constant. So the let is like in the middle of var and kind of const, but it's not a constant because you can declare it. So one is that it's the keyword to define a variable that can be reassigned. We can reassign a value to let, right? It's a keyword to define a variable with optionally initializing it. So we can either initialize it optionally or just declare it, right? So we can do that. It's a keyword to define a variable in the local scope. It's in the local scope, not in the global. Var is the only one actually in the global scope where you can access it from anywhere, but for let it's in the global. So it's done to actually make sure your program is not accessing what is not needed. Okay, just to protect it. And then the other one, which is global, this one is for var, and constant is for const, right? So the other ones will be selected. So this one is done. While this one is done, let me install Node.js. So it's installing Node.js, and then let's continue with our task. So we are killing two birds with one stone. So we talked about const, and const will just define a constant variable that you cannot reassign, right? And then its keyword to define a variable in the local scope is is still used to define a variable in the local scope, just like let as well. So these are the two things about const that we have. So this one is installing, which I have installed before, but it will still reinstall it. Something. Does JavaScript have set as a native data type? Not really. We can create sets kind of, but it doesn't, and it doesn't have dictionary as well. So these are the two major things. um, does Yes, we have array as a native data type, so we can create an array with JavaScript. Yes, so that's it. So after our Node.js has installed, we then install our semi-standard, which is used for our documentation, and then we'll go to our task. Okay, so to install semi-standard, we'll use sudo this, and oh sorry, let's copy this. So I'm waiting for this guy to be done. Yeah, I hope he doesn't waste our time. So while that is going, let's see if we can start this. If we can't, probably we forward it to where we need to be. We forward this video to where we start. Let's see, this thing is taking time. Can you please be fast, man? Okay, I think we're done. So let me clear the screen and ls, and let's install semi-standard sudo npm not found. So we'll say apt install npm sudo. Let's try sudo. Okay, so we don't have that apt installed, so that's why I'm trying to install apt to help us install the semi-standard. I already installed all this in the root guide, so because I switched user to this, and that's why I just had to reconfirm that it's been installed. I'm not sure if it's gonna be installed in both, but it should definitely. But I just want to, just for you to go through it with me, and you can also install it along while I do that. So that is waiting. Yep. So basically, what I noticed is JavaScript, right? If you are a bit good with C, you would definitely be good with JavaScript, because JavaScript is more like C, a bit of Python, but more of C, and the semi-standard way is a bit tricky. It's a bit different from the way you do it in C, but if you still do it that way in C, it's still fine. Let's try the stuff now. The semi-standard. So since I've installed the npm, which I'm using to install the semi-standard now, so I want to install semi-standard. So let's just hope that installs on time as well. Okay, it's installing now. So you can forward all these parts or put it on ×2, and yeah, this thing is wasting our time. Installation takes time depending on network and all that. So how have you guys been? I hope you've been fine. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to drop a comment, and I'm going to give you a welcome shout out. If you are a returning viewer or someone who has subscribed before, just drop that comment as well. And yeah, I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to answer your questions. I'm always active on YouTube, actually. Like, I respond to comment on time like very fast. So yeah, basically that's we're getting there, it's almost, we're almost done. So the first question, let me be going to the first question. So you say write a script that prints JavaScript is amazing. So we can just say console.log and put JavaScript is amazing inside in a string and then to print it out, right? So we can do that. So but they said you must create a constant variable called my var. So we have to put that JavaScript is amazing with the value this. So we have to put it in a constant called my var and put this guy and then print that my var out. Okay, we are not allowed to use var. They've already told us to create a constant variable, so we use const, so we don't need to use var, right? So that's basically it. It's as simple as that. And then don't forget in the commenting style in JavaScript we have the two that forward slash, yes, forward slash, and we can use the normal kind of Betty documentation commenting style also in JavaScript. So this guy is still installing, so let's still wait more. Or am I the one who is not? Okay, it's still installing. This needs time. I think we should just open another guy and allow this to continue installing. We should open another kind of shell. Why is this not happening? It's hanging. What's going on? This is wasting our time a lot. Our screen is frozen. Why is this not working? I'm trying to access my Ubuntu. I can't access it. Ubuntu. So I don't know what's wrong. Or maybe I should just cancel this guy. Or let's just open another guy. I don't know why it's frozen. Let's call on the Lord to restore the computer. Lord, I call upon you. Restore the computer, make it work. Thank you, Jesus. Amen. Let the world know you're a winner. So this is loading. I'm opening this to, okay, so we have this. So on Guru. So good, we're here, and and let's cd to the home, and ox no alx am I not alx? Oh, I don't have alx here. Oh, cdo ls. Okay, good. Alright, so while this one is going in the background, let's just continue with this. Let me send it here. Okay, so I hope semi-standard is working though. Here we need you, and then let's continue. So what we do is why is this thing hanging? I'll call on the Lord on this. So okay, work. Copy. Make directory. We make this directory, and then we seed into the directory. We create a readme. Let me just echo into it. Let me echo some words into readme.md, and then play it, and then let's just git add that and call it our readme, and then we'll push that for now to see if everything's working. Oh, sorry, git commit -m message. Oh, I haven't done this. Okay, let's see. That you configure username is Guru. Sorry, and user email. Okay, I think we're good. So let's git commit, git push. Let's see if that works. So it's working now, and let's get started. So we have this, and then we'll create a file. We can use Emacs to create this file, and then once it opens, let me go back here. So what we do is we want to write our shebang binary, and when we install the Node.js, we have this guy installed, which is Node. Okay, so we'll be using Node to run the script, and then we can write a comment here, which would look like this. And yes, so a script that prints JavaScript is amazing, right? JavaScript is amazing. Don't forget the J is capital letter though. I think we're done with that. So we just create a constant variable called my_var, and it should be equals to JavaScript is amazing. So Java. You should be careful with the capital letter in between the Java and the scripts. Starting with the Java and the scripts. Is the J capital letter or small letter? It's supposed to be small though, but I don't know. I think it's capital letter. Amazing. I could just copy it, but let's go. And then we just console.log it. Console.log, and then because we end it with a semicolon, and we can end this too with a semicolon, because and then we want to print out my var. Okay, and then we'll save it and quit it, and then chmod 7550 JavaScript, right? And then we'll run it. sorry, broad interpreter. Let's see, what do we do wrong? User binary, sorry. It's supposed to be user binary. User binary. Yes. So let us run it. JavaScript is amazing. So after that, we need to check our code if it is in compliance with semi-standard. We can just write semi-standard and it will run all the JavaScript codes in there, or we just semi-standard 0 this. So if semi-standard has installed from the previous one, let's see. I don't know if it's installed because it's still here. Okay, it's installed. For us to get probably an error, I think it's installed now. So let me send it here. So it says that okay, 420 new line required at the end of the file. So let's just use vi. I think most people are used to vi. So 4, is it here? I don't think so. Let me try the semi-standard again. Sometimes Emacs just does crazy things. So normally if it works, we're not supposed to get any error. Okay, so script must be single quotes. Oh, sorry, we're supposed to use single quotes here. And yep, yeah, so single quote for string. That's if you're using semi-standard method. It will still work without single quotes, definitely, but semi-standard wants you to use single quotes. Okay, so yeah, so we don't have any error now, and then you will still run it 0. We still have our JavaScript is amazing. Okay, so which is what we have here. So semi-standard, and then we will not have anything, right? Oh, they even did semi-standard, and then the script running just like we did here. And let's see, we're still gonna get no error. I'm very sure of that. So a script that prints JavaScript is amazing. So let me just copy that while this one is loading. If it doesn't load fast, I'm gonna cut it. It's not loading yet, so let me just interrupt with it and then git add everything for now. Git commit message, and then why is it not copying? And then we'll git push it. So we have that, and then we'll check our code. Can you run on time? Okay, good. So look at what Emacs has done. So we can just remove everything that ends with this. Hey, I just see I did a mistake. Everything that ends with this and that. Yeah. Okay, so we are correct with this, and then we go to the next one. So we ask for correction, and so write a script that prints the print 3 line. Says phone. My Python is cool. JavaScript is amazing. Yes. So they didn't tell us to use anything yet, so we can just write it in a string and put new line in between them. Okay. So we can just copy this, and then let's use vi, because I think that's shebang, user binary, and node. So you can document if you want. I love documenting because I think that's what ALX has taught us to do. A script that prints 3 lines. So I'm just copying all these things so to make it faster, and I won't need to be typing. And then I can just write console.log and end this like this, and then sorry, single quotes because it's a string, and then I want to print C is phone, right? and after that I want to print a new line. I could concatenate them and say C is font plus new line plus, or just C is for new line, and then Python space is cool, and then a new line, and then JavaScript is amazing. JavaScript is in capital letter. All these things matter. Is amazing. Okay, and then we can ch mode 7551 and then 11, and then we have C is from Python is cool and JavaScript is amazing. So we can do that, and then when we run semi-standard on 1, and we should probably not see any error. Okay, we didn't see any error, so I think we're good. So we'll git add 1 and git commit, and what will be the message that a script that prints 3 now, and then we'll push it. So we'll check our code if it is correct, and we'll go to the next guy. Are we correct? Good, we're good. So let's go to the next one. Wire that, ask for correction, and go. So 2 arguments dot JS. So command line argument, I guess. So for command line argument, we have process.arg. This guy is the one we use for command line arguments, and it's a write a script that prints a message depending on the number of arguments. So it's going to print a message. So if no arguments are passed, that's ordinary script, no argument. If 1 is passed, you say argument found. If it is more than 1, you say arguments found. Okay, so what we do is we say, am I in insert mode? No, yes. A shebang, and then user binary, and then node, right? And then we do this as usual, and then a script that do this, copy this, and then I'll paste this. Is it more than 80? It's more than 80, so let me just reduce it. Is this more than 80? This is 81. It's too much, so let me just reduce this guy. Yeah, I can leave this and then just put this here. Okay, good. So now what we do is we write a constant argument, because the arguments that will be passed in our command, like the arguments to pass to the program, will not be changed. So that's why I'm passing it here. So there's this guy process.argv. It saves all the command line arguments in an array. So process.argv, and then so all this is like an array, and we've passed that array to args now. So args is holding the array. The array at index 0 is the node, that is this node here. The array at index 1 is going to be the program, this guy here, and then this array at index 2, okay, and this array at index 3. Alright, so that's it. Why is this not pressing? Okay, so we said if no arguments are passed, that is if this our if is like this, and then we have it like this. Yes, so this is the syntax for the semi-standard way. So if the arguments, that's args, right? If the args at index 2, that is going to be this best is not there, right? Is not there, equals to is like 3 in JavaScript. Undefined meaning that nothing is there, right? So if it is undefined, then what should we do? Put 2 spaces That's semi-standard way. You put two spaces, not a tab. All right. So if it is not there, we say console dot log, that is this guy is not there, and then we say no arguments. So console dot log, put semicolon, and then single quotes, and then we say no capital letter argument, right? And then so we can use the else we'll say if it is at index 2, argument found, right? No argument if only one argument is passed to. So we can use the length, right? So we come in, we can use the length. So we'll say else if, so the args, that is args dot length, the length function length, if the length is now 0 1 2, that is only has this one, 0 meaning node, 1 2, so that's 3. If it is 3, so if the length is 3, then it will say, we still put 1 here, come down, go 2 spaces, then it will console dot log and say it will say what argument found, just argument found. But else, it means it's going to be so even this one we could say is undefined, or we could say if the length, if args dot length length is equals to 2, that is just node and this argument, then it is no argument. If it is 3, then it's less than equals to. So if it is less than, you can use less than equals to here, less than equals to, just to, I'm trying to shorten the code. So if it is less than equals to 2, so if it is less than equal to 2, we say no argument, and then if it is equals to 3, argument from else, then it should say arguments found, right? Because I don't want to use ordinary equals to here, because what if it is just 1, which is not possible though. So yeah, so that's it. So I can, hey, what's wrong with this thing? So I don't know why this thing has frozen. Okay, else what's going on? Else space console log and then arguments found, right? So I think this is it, and then chmod 7552, right? And then this one too. So no argument. If you run it with just best, argument found. If you run with best and school, arguments found. So the arguments in the last one is small letter, so let's change it to capital letter. Arguments, sorry. So let's see semi-standard on it. Semi-standard with 2. Okay, trailing space is not allowed. No trailing space. 320. Let's see. 320, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's in the 320. Trinity, yeah, this place. So we run semi-standard again. So our code should be free, and then let's git add everything for now. So let's and git commit and message should be copy it. So let's copy this guy, paste it here, and push it. Let's just hope this works. Okay, it works, and there's actual correction. And let's continue. So we have this 3 guy, and then we apply this right our shebang user binary and node. So this one is not really necessary, but let's just put it there. The script that prints. It prints the first argument passed to it. It's just the first argument we need. And first argument will be process.argv at index 2 will be our first argument. We just want to print that, and that's all. So we just a constant, I can just say constant args, like I'm giving it the arguments, argument 2, and just say argument 2 equals to process is 1c dot argv, right, at index 2. I can just get it directly, and that will be it. So since that's it, and if okay, we need some argument though, so let me just put this, we need other arguments. So if no arguments are passed to the script, print no argument. So we say if no argument. Remember, we are not allowed to use length, so we cannot get the length this time. So if no arguments are passed, that is, if at index 2 it is undefined like we did before. So if args at index 2 is equals to undefined, right, then console.log, then double this, and then we must console to print okay, no argument, right? So no, and then arguments, just arguments. Okay, so it does it. So else you should just print whatever it's. So else you print else, open this, close this, else 1 2 console.log whatever is at arg. Remember it is args2 that I put here, so let me change it to args. So args at index 2, right? We should just print whatever args at index 2 is, and that will be all. So let's chmod 7553 and let us run 3. No arguments, let us pass the best. It's supposed to just print d, right, which prints, and then if we just pass the to it and then d. Good. So let us run semi-standard 3 on it, and did we get our answer? Is it correct? Good. So git add 3, and then git commit it, script like this, and then we push it. So we check our code to see it is running, and clear our screen. So it worked as well, and great. I think it's getting interesting and nice. Create a sentence. So Write a script that prints two argument passed to it. So the two argument passed to it with the format is, so is will be at the middle. So we just want to print it and then concatenate it with is. Okay, create a sentence. So use console.log. You're not allowed to use var. That's very simple. All we need to do is do like this, copy, right? Print two argument passed to it, just two arguments. Even if 3 is passed to it, we will print 2. So vi will copy this for concat.js user binary and node, and then so we need to still do this. Okay, maybe yes. Okay, and then a script that prints two. I don't want it to be too long. That's why I'm copying it from here. Copy. See up to okay, good. And then we'll just say constant, and then we say argument 1 equals to process dot add v at index 2. That's our first argument, and our second argument will still be, let me copy this one and paste it, sorry, and paste it here, and I'll call this one our argument 2, and the third stuff will be saved there. So we've saved it inside that place directly. Let me remove this, and then I can just say console.log, right? And then I want to print argument 1, right? And then concatenate it with is, right? Is there a space in between? There's a space in between them, so I'll put space now. I'll put space here, and then after the is, put space, and then like this, and then I'll plus it, and then I'll put arg2, right? And I think that's all. Yes, I think that's all. So chmod 755, where is it, 4, and then 4, and if I do like this, undefined is undefined, good. So if I say 3, 4, 3 is 4, fine. So let us semi standard 4. Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Okay, we have a problem. Found for multiple spaces. 628 multiple spaces. 628. So we go to 628. Okay, yes, it's supposed to be one space here. So I think we should be good now. Good. So git add for git commit message and git push. So check our code to see if it is working, and then let's clear the screen, and then it worked. So that's correction. Did we ask for correction here? No, ask for correction. And write a script that prints all this. So let's just copy this first. So vi this, I haven't read the question though. User binary node, and then run this. Good. So we go up back and say write the script that prints my number. It's going to print my number, right? And then first argument converted in integer. So to convert in integer, we use this passe int function. We can use that to convert to integer. So write a script that prints my number. First argument will be converted to integer. If the first argument can be converted to an integer, if the argument can be converted to an integer, print So it's going to print my number dots and then the number, if it can be converted. If it cannot, it will say not a number, right? Not a number. So so we'll have to break this documentation I want to write. So push it down into from here, I think. Yes, commode the space and remove the space here. Good. And then the end, and then I have it like this. Good. So I'll, because the command line argument first, I will say args equals to process dot argv, and this one will hold it in a args will hold it in an array, all the argument that will pass to it. Also, because we just need the second argument, we could just use that instead and say args at index 2. That's the first argument rather. Okay, so so we say if the argument, right, is which is what we want to see. We want to see if it is undefined, that it is not there, right? If the argument is not there, like there's no argument, it's to say not a number. So when does it say not a number again? And when we can't convert it to, we can't convert this one to an integer, right? Or when we can't convert it. And how do we convert it? If one, we try to I say per se int, right? Per se int, we try to we try to convert this guy, right? And then it and is not a number, so we use this is not a number, is NaN function, pass it. So when we try to convert it and at the end it's not a number, then it should just console.log. So put space here like this, like this, like this, enter, and then two space, then we console.log and say not a number, right? Not a number. Good. So else, we just want to convert it and print it. So else, we'll come down, two space, and then console.log. We first print my number, space, and then we can concatenate it with args, that argument, right? But we want to convert it to int, right? So we'll say per se int, is it args, right? And then I think we're done like this. So let us run it. Chmod 755. Are we in 5 already? Okay, 5. Not a number, so let us do 45, 34. 34 is a number, so let's see. My number is 34. It converted it 34, but let's see if it can convert it. Let's use school. Not a number, good. So let us use semi standard 5. So are we started? Okay, trading white space not allowed at 354 is part of my documentation. 354, 1 to 354. Okay, I think there's a white space here. There's a white space here. Good. So we can do it again, and we are all good. Why is it wasting our time? Good. So we git add the 5, git commit message, and we push it. What's going on? Didn't I git add it? Oh, sorry. Git add, git commit, and git push. So let us check. clear this. So we correct and let us close this, ask for correction, and write a script that prints 3 lines, like one multi. So just like the one we did earlier, we want to print 3 lines. Write a script that print 3 lines like this, but by using an array of string and a loop. So we have to use a loop and an array of strings. So what we do is, first we do what we do normally by copying this guy and copy vi this, and then write our shebang user binary and node, and then good. So we'll write this. So just copy from here, copy, paste. I think this is more than 80 something. Array of, let me paste down one. Array of, and then end to make these spaces. Good. So first thing we need to do is constant, and then we want to create an array, right? An array will just be this, right? And the array will have what? It will have with single quotes. C is fun, right? And then comma, and then we have this one, Python is cool, and then we have comma, and then we have the last one, which is JavaScript is amazing. JavaScript is capital letter is amazing. Okay, I think we are good, and then semicolon. So we need to use a for loop or a while loop. So I like using for loops, just like in C, but we use this syntax, right? This other one in C will bring it down, but here we put it up here just for semi-standard. So we will say we can declare inside. So we say let I equals to 0, right? So as long as I is less than the length of the array, so array dot length, right? And then we say I plus plus, and then put this one down, put 2 space. As far as that, it's going to keep printing it since it's different lines. So console dot log array at index I. So from index 0 it will print it index 1, index 2. Alright, so chmod 7596, and then 6 is from Python schools, and then semi standard 6. So are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Okay, I think we're good. So clear it, and then git add git commit message, and then push it. So let's check our code, clear the screen, and yeah, so we're good with that, and we can ask for correction as well. Write a script that prints x times c's font. So it's going to print c's font x amount of times. So so it's going to collect command line arguments 2 times, print it 2 times, 5 times, print it 5 times. So copy this guy, c multi.js. So vi this, and then shebang user binary and node, and then we come here. Let me into this guy, and So yeah, so we say constant as usual, and then we have x, where x is the first argument of the script. So I'm giving the first argument x, okay, so that it will be easier to, we could give it any name. So equals to, so you see use process dot argv at index 2. That's the first argument, right, that we need, and then we end that. So if the first argument can be converted, so we'll see like we did before, if x is not there, that is print missing number of occurrence. So if we just have it without this missing number of occurrence, right, it's not there, and if it can be converted, let's say we created probably sum to still print this, so it's just like the previous one. So we just say if x is equals to undefined, right, or so we say we try to convert x, but it's not a number, then space, then we console dot log what, console.log missing number of occurrences, and then if not else, what do? Come down, put to space. So now we want to print C is fun as a loop, right? So we want to print it an amount of time, x amount of time. So x would have been a number at that point, but it will still be string. We need to still convert it. So we'll just say a loop for let I equals to 0, as long as I is less than x, right? As long as I is less than x, which we are supposed to convert, but we didn't convert. Are we told you are not allowed to use? You can do first and all. So we can convert this x by saying passe int x as well. So we can say passe int x, we convert it to this is less than x, and then I plus plus, okay, and then put this, sorry, yes, two space, then console dot log that particular time C is fun. Okay, so let us change mode 7557, right? And then let's say we have 7 itself, it's a missing occurrence. If we have C, it's a missing occurrence. If we have 2, C is fun. If we have 5, C is fun. So let us see our semi-standard 7. So we're good, and then let's just git add 7, git commit, and what is 7? It's, that's not the right commit message, but anyway, put the right one, and let's check this. Alright, so that works as well, and let's add correction. So write a script that print a square. Okay, I'm thirsty right now. Alright, so let's create this 8 square. Let's see. So vi this and shebang user, sorry, binary and node. Okay, so we'll do this. Sorry. Okay, good. Alright, good. So I'll go up and a script that print a square. It's very simple, short guy. So this one will be different kind of because of the syntax of JavaScript. So the first argument is the size, so we still have to try and convert it, I guess. Missing size if it is not convertible and all that. So what we do is we just say, since we would need the first argument alone, right, we can just say constant the size is equals to process dot argv at index 2, which will be the size, and then we say if the size is undefined or we can't convert it, right? So is not a number, is not a number, and then per se int of size, right? And then then it should console.log what are we printing this time? Missing size. Okay, else, so we have an else, and then else we want to go through 2 loops, right? We create the first loop for the length and another loop for the height. So we say since it's going to be a square, it's going to be the same size. So for let I equals to 0, as long as I is less than size, we can try to convert size as well and just say per se int size, as long as I is less than size, and then I plus plus. Okay, and then we put this like this. We create the second for let j equals to 0, and then we say as long as j is less than per se int size j plus plus. So normally we are supposed to just console.log here, right? We are supposed to console.log the character, but because JavaScript, we don't have a way to print without a new line, right? We just append, like this one should just keep printing. We said we are to use character x to print a square, so we can't be doing xxx. So what we're going to do now is we're going to create an array. Yeah, come down, no, undo. Okay, go back 1 2 3 4. So we'll say let the row equals to an empty string. Okay, so we'll create an empty string there. So at that point we just say row, at each point we can then append e plus equals to x, which is what we're going to be printing with. So at that point, for this line, for the first line, we just go, if it is 2 times, we just go xx, right? So x will be added to row, x will be added to row, and then when we are done with that stuff, we then print it out. So when we are done with this 1 2 3 4, then we then console.log and print whatever row is our row is. So that's what we do. I think that's all. Let's just see. CH mode. Are we in 8 already? 7558. Good. Let's run 8 square. Remember, missing number. And then we have school. Missing number, right? Good. Missing size, sorry. And then if you have 2. Oh, okay. X is not defined. Oh. So okay, sorry, it's supposed to be a string. So we'll put this here. So 2 will be 2, and then 5 will be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think we're good. So semi-standard 8 is what? We are good. So we'll git add and git commit and we'll git push. Good. Good. So where did we stop? Oh no, this thing is still much. Still have a long way to go. Okay, write a script that prints the addition of 2 integers, blah blah blah. So copy this. So I'm thirsty, so I'm trying to be fast. Shebang, user, binary, and node. Okay, so go back up. Script that prints the addition of 2 integers. Copy this, paste it there, and then come down, and then we can just say, let me give it a space. Constant. The first argument is the first integer, so we can say constant first argument equals to process.argv at index 2, right? That's the first argument, and then we can have the second argument, second equals to process.argv at index 3. So we have that. So the second argument is second integer. You have to define a function with the prototype function this. So we have to define this function. And one thing with JavaScript is function add. We have to put a space in between this function declaration here. That's with semi-standard. So we'll do like this and then do like that. So and then to add functions together, remember to space here, we just return the sum of a plus b. And what will be our a and b? Okay, we don't know. We can then just use this to say constant a now equals to so we can create a and then pass a int to convert it to integer, and then we'll pass what our first guy is. First argument, constant b equals to pass a int second. So oh shit. Okay, so we can then console.log. So this is the aim of what we want to just do, and then just say add, and then the function a comma b. So instead of using a comma b, actually we could have just used first comma second. Okay, and then this place would have been first comma second because I was just trying to what's it called, convert it here, right? So I hope it doesn't mislead you or confuse you. If you have any question regarding that, ask me. I'm gonna answer you. So ch mode plus x7. Sorry, we are 9 already. No more going back. Oh, I'm using plus x now instead of 755. So we have not a number. Okay, good. So if you have 1, do we still have not a number? Good. 1 and 7, 8, good. 39 and 89, good. Oh, good. Okay. So semi-standard 9. Semi-standard 9. Oh, I think I misspelled it. Semi-standard. I'm getting tired. Okay, good. So git add 9 git commit. Oh, okay. Anyway, I understand it's a returning function. Alright, so let us check and go to the next one. Okay. As for correction, this is factorial, one of the simplest easy task so far. So we write this user binary note. I hope I'm not typing rubbish because I'm feeling sleepy already. Thank you guys for staying, and I really appreciate it. So write a script that computes and prints a factorial. In the mighty name of Jesus, destroy. The first argument is integer. So compute and print a factorial. So we want to compute a factorial. Factorial is like a number times n times n minus 1 factorial. That's the formula. So so you do 3, 6. So we'll create a function definitely. The first argument is integer argument that can be cast as if they are used for computing the factorial. Factorial of not a number is 1. You have to do it recursively. You must use a function definitely. You must use console.log, and you are not allowed to use var. Good. So we'll just say let's our arguments equals to, I'm using let because I want to I might be reassigning the let, or close first. The argument is per se. I want to this process dot agree at index. So I'm converting it straight now, collecting this first argument. Alright, so I've collected the first argument, I've put it into arguments, and I will say if the first argument is not a number, right? That is, if it is not if I can't convert it, then I'll assign it 1, because if it is not a number, right, that is, if I can't convert it, it should make it 1. So I'll say if our args, right? It's not a number, so I'll say if args. So I'll say if is not a number, and then args will be in the middle, right? Two spaces. Then our args will give it 1. So because I'm reassigning it, that's why I'm giving it let here. Giving it something let here. So and then it's my colon. So we then create a function. We'll create a function called factorial, and then like this. Factorial will collect an argument which is going to be our probably like an n. So let's use n for example because that's the formula. And then remember we'll have a base case, right? So if our n is equals to 1, it should return 1 because factorial of 1 is 1, right? So it should return 1, right? So else it should return n times n minus 1 factorial, right? N times n minus 1 factorial, which is factorial. This is the recursion according to function one more time, n minus 1, and that is it. Good. And basically that's it. And then we can just console log here and say factorial args, whatever args is. Okay, so I hope you know how factorial works, because basically this one will keep minusing it. If it is 5, it will do 5 minus 1, which is going to be 4. It will keep that somewhere. It will keep minusing until it gets to 1, and then when n equals to 1, it returns 1 to this guy, and then it's start computing it back and eventually multiplying it together and getting this. Because if you still don't understand this, let me know as soon as you see this video. I would quickly make it like a 30-minute video explaining this part, because I don't want to waste time. I'm so tired right now, but I expect you to know it based on binary trees that you've done recently. And yeah, so ch mode n factor 75510 that is 110. So if you run it like that, it's just 1. If you run for 3, it is 6. If you run for 89, you have this plus 130. If you run for 333, so let us use standard 10. I'm so thirsty. Page and quarter. The 1226 operator minus must be space. We have minus there. 1226. This one is n equals to 7. If n is equals to 3, 1226. Okay, I'm supposed to split this. So we get add that. And what is the message? So let us check our code. Good. number 11. VIDs, Shivan user, binary, and node. Okay, good. And a script that searches for the second biggest number. This second biggest number guy is crazy. Let's see. Which was the first? It would have been nice. Per second. That's massive. So what we do is we can assume all arguments can be converted to integer. So I think we still need to convert it. If no argument is passed, print 0. If the number of arguments is 1, print 0. So if the number of arguments is just 1, it should print 0 because okay, number of arguments is 1, print 0. Okay, anyway, and if you must use console.log to print all output, and then so we have to print second largest. So second largest here is 4, not 5 is the largest. Second largest is 4. So there's a way we're gonna do it, and what I did is, or what I'll do is, I'll create an axe to first get all the command line, which is process.rb, just like that, and then we have all the arguments. So if the axe, that's the length, is less than equals to 3, that is, it is either this is at 2 and 3. So for all this guy, the output will be 0, right? So we should print console.log, or it should return 0. It should print 0. I think that would take care of that. So we have this one left. So if that else, so we'll create a second guy. We'll create second, which would be the second highest, and then we would pass in int arguments at index 2 for now to it, and then we'll create I created the highest, which will be, let's call it I. The highest would not be pass int 2 and then args at 3. Okay, so this is quite simple. So what I did so far is I created this as the second highest and created this as the highest for now. So I'll then be comparing them together, going till we get to the last part, and then and then we'll take the second highest if it is the lowest. Okay, so what we'll do now is create a for loop, and I'll say let my I equals to 2, as long as I is less than args dot length len gth, as long as it's less than length I plus plus. So I want to iterate this for loop the amount of this guy time. So I get the length of this guy, right? I minus 2 because I'm supposed to minus 2, right? So I won't minus 2. I can minus 2, or so once I get the length, I'm starting at index 2 because The first index 0 is um, the first index, which is at when I is 1, is the node. This one is um, index 0, index 1, and then this will be index 2, right? So I'm starting from 2. Okay, so that's what I want to do. So I'm starting from 2, and I'll now say if I'll put, then I'll create a constant and then call it current, the current guy. I'll convert that as well, and then I'll put as I, which will be the current guy will now be holding them. Will not iterate through everything now. So to now be comparing the answers with all the second and high. Well, let's see how it goes. So we'll forget this second and high. We've created this guy to look through everything. We've created a current to scan through everything. Now we need to compare, right? So now, so we then say that if our current guy, right, is greater than I, that is greater than what is I at 3, right, which is going to be this guy. If our current, which is 4, is greater than 3, right, if our current is greater than 3, that is it means that if this one is greater than this one, then this I will now be our second, then this guy will now be our highest. Okay, then we'll say, sorry, our second will now be what? I. Then our I will now be second. Our I will now be current, sorry, not second, will now be current. I hope you understand this. So we'll do that, and what if it is not greater than? Then we'll then reverse it. So else, if our current is now greater than second instead, we'll check for second. Is greater than second, and this is what we want to actually check. If our current is less than I, we want to check if it is less than I at that point, right? That's what we want to check. What if it is less than? Then we'll swap it back. Then in that case, then our I will still be I, but our low will now be current. At that point, our second will equals to current. That is it. And then once we're done, we'll come out of the for loop, which is here, and then 2, and then we'll console.log second, which will be after we're done with the for loop. So I think that's it, and then yeah, ch mode /6 plus x 11 0 1 0 1 2 3 4 5. We're supposed to have 4 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 9 7 10. We're supposed to have 9. Good. So let us see semi standard. I want to say semi standard 11. Let's see. So we have missing semicolon. So we have missing semicolon at 819. So 819. Let's go 819. Yes. Semicolon here. Good. git add then git commit and push it. So update the script to replace the 12 with 89. So we just copy this 12 object.js, copy. So vi 12 objects. So objects.js. This create it. Let me use Emacs. Let's just copy this. Emacs will do it well. And then let me open it back with vi. Yes, so my code goes here, right? I can just put this down, right? And say, or just remove these guys and say, okay. So we want to update the object to be this, like an object oriented programming. So we can just say my object dot value is now equals to what? 89. Yeah, that's all. So chmod x 12 and 12, yes, 1289. Good. So semi-standard 12. I'm not sure we'll have any error. Semi-standard 12. And then, yeah, so git add 12, git commit object oriented programming, git push. So we could also use these dots. I think we could also use these dots, but because we are not in the scope of the object, that's why I don't want to use these dots. So write a function that returns the addition of two integers. Right? The function must be visible from outside. The name of the function must be add. You are not allowed to use var. So this one, create 13 adds, and then vi this shebang user binary node, right? So a function that returns the addition of two integers, and then we just have normally we'll just say a function add, and then we'll have this, right? For functions alone, we'll put semicolon at the end, and then the function add 2 to collect two parameters, a comma b, that's dot a comma b, and then it will return a plus b. So it's supposed to be like this, but for it to be visible outside, we need to export it. So we'll say exports, and we need to export it as what? Add dot add equals to. as simple as this, and then that's all. And then we need to run 13 main.js. So copy this guy, vi 13 main.js. This one should work. chmod 755. Everything that starts with 13. This one 13 main.js. We have 8, and that's good. So git add 13. What's it called? 13 add. So git commit. Git commit. Function visible outside. And then git push. I didn't check the semi-standard on purpose. Semi-standard, did I get it right? 13 add. That's all I need. And this thing is taking time, so I'm supposed to be checking this guy as well. So we still have 4 advanced tasks. So since it's correct, we don't need the semi guy again. Okay. So we have this one, write the file that multiplies my VAT to 333. Okay. So we have this 100 main.js. Okay, 100 let me constant JS. So it doesn't pass semi-standard. So just copy this. Semi-standard. Are you sure I got this my semi-standard correctly? So vi this. So I thought I copied it. Copying, so I decided to type it myself. Use binary note. So we want to modify my var to 333. So write a file that modifies the value of my var to 333. It's as simple. We just say my var equals to 333, and that should work. Since this guy imports the file, right? My var was declared as 89. Import it. If my var was declared as 333 here, it will console.log my var as 333 because it comes after. So yeah, So 100 main.js, we could just run it and copy this guy and see vi 100 main.js. Control C. Correct. So git and 100, where is it? 100 lets me git commit define my var and push it. So we have 3 left to go. To be correct. Write a function that executes x times your function. Copy this guy. So I can just touch this guy for now. And because we have a test file, I'll copy it. 100 main.js. Let me use emails for 100 main.js. Oh, sorry. 101 main.js. Emacs 101 main.js. Save it and quit it. Yeah, so we have our manual, so we can make them executable already. Okay, so we are into our 101 call me, right? So shebang user binary node. Okay, and then we want the function to be visible outside, so we will say exports, and then we can call it is visible outside, and they call it call me mobi. So I'll call it call me. The call is not correct. Call me moby equals to, then we declare a function right, and then so we can end our function with this 2 spaces here. So the function must be visible. Prototype is x and the function, so we have this x and the function, so I'll add it x comma and then the function as our prototype. And then what does it do? A function that executes x times, so we're going to execute this x, so we have this for loop. So let's I equals to 0 as long as I is less than x, right? And then I plus. And what do we want to do? We want to execute the function, right? Put this on there, 1, 2, and then we'll call the function, and then we'll end it like that. And then we can run the 101 main. 616465, good. So let's git add 101 what is it called, call me, git commit, no, git commit message. Let's just quickly copy this guy. While doing that, I would check my code. Remember, semi-standard, I've not checked it. So it worked, so no need of semi-standard. So we check, and then second to the last, 102. Sorry, 102. So I'll touch this guy as well, because we have the main 102 main.js. So I'll copy it, I'll paste it with Emacs. Emacs 102 main.js, paste it. I can see mode 755, everything's tested with 102. Yes, and then a function that increments and calls a function. This is the prototype, must be visible from outside. And what is it called? Add me maybe. So I will vi 102 add me maybe. I will put shebang user binary node. I'm not putting documentation this time around, I don't have time. Exports dot add me maybe, right, equals to then the function definition, which is this, and then this. Remember, I have to put this here, 2 spaces, right? And then it's what? Write a function that increments and calls a function. It increments the number, right? And calls the function. So to increment the number, so number plus plus has been incremented, and then we call the function simple. Let's put spaces here. Good. So let us run 102 main, new line undefined. Okay, let's see. Export the function. Okay, sorry, I'm supposed to call the function and number, because yeah, so it add 102 add me, it on it, and the message is a function that increments into this, and then push it. I didn't check semi-standard as well. Let's just open this box. Why that semi-standard 102 maybe. Okay, it worked, so we don't need semi-standard itself. So we are in our last but not the least. The last but not the least. Updates, thank God, use updates. I love updates. Updates is quite easy. VI 103 object underscore FCT Abuja. Hey, sorry, I'm supposed to use Emacs for this guy. 103 Emacs to do it well for me. And then let me use VI to open it again. Yes. So what do I want to do here? Give it up the, so my code will be here. So update the script by adding a new function increments that increment the integer value, right, of so I want to increment this guy. So we'll just say my object okay, right, we have to add a function called increment. So so normally if you want to increment it, we just say my object dot value, right? I I say plus plus or plus equals to 1, right? But it has to be inside the function, so I'll put 2 spaces here, and then the ending of the function here, and then there has to be a function here, function opening function and closing function. I think this one is fine. But this one is an anonymous function, though the function is supposed to be called increment. So because it's an object function, so I'll just say my object dot inc out, that's the name of the function, and equals to like this. So I think that's it, and then we can row chmod 75513. Hey, chmod 7513. So 103. My light is off. So let us run it. 103. And yes, I think we're done. So where am I? Check your code. Okay, we have an error. Oh, sorry, I haven't git pushed it. So git add 103. I can see my screen again. Git commit. Sorry. Git commit. Okay, so we are done with this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Yeah, bye.